Hello, friends. It's me again. How's it going? It's Thursday night. And Judy and I are just hanging out here. Actually, I'm packing my bag because tomorrow I leave to drive for 7 hours to go see my family in Arkansas. I will be there for 3 days. And it's going to be fun. It's my step-grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. So it's going to be like this little special occasion. But I'm literally just driving down there and driving back, so I hardly will be there. But I usually try to go home to Arkansas once a year at least, sometimes twice a year. It's hard. It's hard getting down there. Oh, the speaker. I usually try to turn the goddamn speakers off because they make those weird noises every once in a while, and I don't understand whether it's... Ooh, my side of my face is really bright. Is that better? No, that's not really better. Let me try some other lighting. Hold on a second. There. That seems a little bit more pleasing of light for me. You know, I'm like Blanche from Streetcar Named Desire. I don't like the lights to be too bright. Some paper lanterns to put on. Anywho, what was I talking about? Arkansas. I just love Arkansas. I love my mom, I love my pa, and I love Arkansas. I have a lot of mixed feelings about Arkansas. It's where I grew up. Spent 19 years living in a town of about 6,000 people. And it was pretty hard for me. So, anyway, I don't want to bore you all with those silly details. Just to say that sometimes it's hard to go back there because there are a lot of memories that I'd rather not think about. But on the other hand, I have friends and family there, and they're very nice people, and I want to see them, so here I go. I used to travel when I first moved to Houston in the early 90s. I'd have like the rattiest old cars because I was dirt poor, and I would drive them back to Arkansas to visit, and I always would get stopped by like the state troopers because they thought I was a drug runner. One time I got pulled over by a state trooper in Carthage, Texas, because, well, the technical reason was because I did not, when I turned on my blinker to change lanes, I did not travel far enough with my blinker going on before actually changing lanes. Now, in reality, he was just waiting to stop a car so he could search for drugs, and he pulled up behind me, raced up behind me, so I put on my blinker, changed lanes to let him go by. Boom! Pulled me over. Do you mind if we check your car? Luckily, this is one of the times I didn't have any drugs in my car, and so I said yes, and everything was fine. But that's happened to me like 3 times within a 2-year period of driving back to Arkansas. Oh, the best driving back to Arkansas story has to be... I can't believe I'm about to say this on the internet. But anyhow, I was driving. I used to like to drive back in the middle of the night because There were not a lot of cars on the road, and it was usually cooler to do that, and sometimes my car didn't have air conditioning, or for whatever reason, I enjoyed driving in the middle of the night. For that same reason, I always like to try to make the 6 to 7 hour drive without stopping. And I was very successful at it, and usually took only a tank of gas, whatever car I was driving, and I was good to go. This one time, before leaving Houston, I was hungry. So I stopped at the Whataburger and got me a number one with cheese, no pickles, water sauce with the Dr. Pepper like I always do. And you know how when you upsize your drinks that, well, here, for example, Jack in the Box. This huge drink comes, right? So this huge Whataburger drink. Ate, drank. About halfway through the trip, in the dark Louisiana night, I had to pee. I had to pee really badly, real badly, but really bad. I had to go, and I didn't want to stop because, one, I just didn't want to stop, and two, it was the middle of the Louisiana night, and God knows what would have happened to me. So I saw the empty Whataburger cup, and I thought, you know what? Who's ever going to know? So yeah, while driving down the interstate of Louisiana, I managed to pee in a Whataburger cup. And let me tell you what, I filled that fucker to the brim. So now I've got this huge Whataburger cup full of hot piss, right? And I can't believe I'm telling you this story. Anyhow, I'm driving this like this 1980 like Oldsmobile, this huge boat of a car that my friend Greg Stanley used to call SS Sturdivant, and it didn't have anywhere to put drinks, so I bought one of those like plastic things you can get like at a Walmart or a Target, and it has like a place to put a couple of drinks and maybe some cassette tapes, because that's what you listened to back then, were cassette tapes, and you put it in the middle on the floor of your car, in the middle between you and the passenger. And sometimes it's built to sit on like a little hump area, or it just sits on the floor. So I put the big old tall Whataburger cup of piss into that cup holder, and there it sat until I stopped and I could dump it, because I didn't want to roll down the window while I'm going 60 miles an hour and throw it, and God knows where piss went everywhere, right? So I was just going to hold on to it till I got stopped. And mind you, all this thinking is not rational at all. It's like hour 5 of the drive, and I'm not thinking, obviously, or I wouldn't have pissed in a cup to begin with. Anyhow, cups of piss in the holder, me driving. About another hour and a half goes by, and I forget about the cup. By this time, my mind is jello, and I forget. And I'm driving home. I finally get home to cross it. My dad lives on like a backcountry road in a little place called Cooter. Why they call it Cooter, I don't really know. But anyhow, I digress. So anyway, I'm driving down the dark country roads, and I make a big old left turn. Cup spills and goes everywhere. The floor of my car. Piss everywhere. I drive to my daddy's house. I'm like, you know what, I'll just deal with this in the morning. So I go to sleep. I sleep about 8 hours. I get up in the morning. I say hi to my dad. My dad goes, hi, how's everything? How's the drive? Forget all about the piss, right? Fine. How's the car? Oh, it's fine, except, you know what? Actually, there is this problem with, like, the blinker. Sometimes it won't blink. And Dad goes, well, I think that's probably a fuse problem. He goes out to my car, opens the door, gets down into the floor area to where the fuse box is, opens the fuse box, and he's feeling around on the floor, and she said it's wet. It's, son, did you piss in your car?